What would you do if you couldn't fail? Who would you become if your goals were attainable? What if that self-induced fear and that disbelief was instantly gone? What would you go after? What girl would you date? What type of man would you become? How much money would you have? What sort of business would you endeavor? What sort of impact would you bring to the world? You must be able to dream in order to achieve. And the truth is, most individuals, they don't move forward. They don't move forward because they don't have goals. They don't move forward because they don't have objectives. They don't move forward because fear cripples them. Fear is holding them back from winning. Fear is holding them back from becoming the best version of themselves. So once again, I ask you, what would you do if you couldn't fail? If you only live once, you best go for it. What is there to lose? At the end of the day, we all die anyway. So might as well go down trying. There's a verse in the Bible that says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." When you speak to yourself, when you spend time alone, do you analyze who you are? Do you think about who you want to become? Or are you just guided by the ebbs and flows and the things of the world, or the things that are tossed to you by culture? Or do you have an anchor? Do you have some sort of reference point that you utilize as a beacon of truth? Because what you think about dictates your reality. Let me explain. I've said it once, but I'll say it again, that your thoughts lead to actions, and actions lead to behaviors, and behaviors lead to lifestyle, and that your lifestyle dictates your destiny. So we reverse engineer that. Ultimately, your thoughts dictate your destiny. So as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now the question is, how do you change the way that you think? Well, you have to change the input. You have to change the things that you allow yourself to be nurtured by. This isn't just food, right? But it's what you listen to, who you hang out with, what you do with your hands, with your eyes and your ears that nurture your spirit, or they take away. They build your character, or they destroy your innocence. And you know the things that I'm talking about, the things that are holding you back, the things that are pushing you away from your fullest potential. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Who do you want to be? And what must you sacrifice in order to become that person? Do you meditate day and night about those goals and those objectives in that dream life that you want? Or do you settle for the things of the world? You settle for the things of the system. You settle for the things that have been given to you, but they don't belong to you. You've been told how to think. You've been told what a man is. You've been told what a woman is, but you've never even actually explored who you are. Maybe you should think more. Henry Ford famously said,
you need to know what your goal is. Most people walk around with no goals, no ambition. They don't know where they're going. It's like a ship with no destination. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Once you know where you want to go, then you direct your time, your energy, and your attention to what? To the execution and the achievement of that goal. I think you need to embrace pain. I think you need to learn through pain. I think you need to embrace beauty, and I think you need to embrace the good things and not shy away, because people don't understand that entrepreneurship, a lot of it is suffering. Because what are you doing? You're earning your way to the top. You have to earn your freedom. You have to earn your success. You have to earn your stripes. And I think that there's pain that needs to be inflicted in order for you to earn those things. But when you look at the process, that's the prize. And the truth is, the price of progress is pain.
Everything originates in the mind. You know, the idea is what inspires the opportunity for you to get up and pursue a business. The inspiration that you observe and you think about, and when you observe an athlete win, and that inspires you to endeavor and work hard and become an athlete yourself. Everything originates in the mind. That's why the system is after your mind. You know, from the moment you're born, they start indoctrinating you with the school system. They indoctrinate you with, you know, what's important, what's not important. They attribute your self-worth and your value to what you have to give to the system as opposed to who you are as an individual. So when I begin to evaluate kind of the entirety of how society works, most people don't focus on their mindset. Most people are focused on exterior factors. They think that everything that happens to them is by chance. And they don't realize that a lot of the things that happen to them are things that they attract. Because you attract the things that you are, and you are what you do, and you do what you think about. So it's all a cyclical loop. Most people don't understand the power of the mind. That's why they haven't tapped into the power of the mind. And the power of the mind is one very simple thing: the ability to direct your attention towards a specific given objective, and then to have the willpower to pursue it. Most people, obviously, don't know where they're going because they never have a goal. You need to have a clear goal. If you don't have a goal, you don't know where you're gonna go in life. If I ask you today, what's your financial goal for this year, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years? Would you be able to answer? Would you be able to say, yeah, this is my goal? And I'm not talking about how many millions of dollars you want to have. I'm talking about the positioning. What type of business are you going to have that's going to generate cash flow? What type of investments do you want to have? You need to be able to be very specific about the life that you want, about who you want to become. Mindset, your ability to develop thoughts, is extremely important because your thoughts dictate and create your reality. Thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to behaviors, and behavior leads to lifestyle.
And that's the thing, is like, if you're not motivated, it's for a few reasons. Either you don't like what you're doing, either you don't understand the mission as to why you're doing something. Dude, if your family's starving, if you have to feed your kids,
You'll work hard.
dude, you'll get shit done. Most of you guys are comfortable.
Yeah, they don't want it enough.
Soft. They don't want it. You don't want it, dude. If you want it, you get up and do it. You do the things that you want to do. You put time into the things that you want to put time into.
Committed to my goals. I can't cheat myself, bro. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the self-sabotage. I'm here to win, not win against the world. I'm trying to beat myself. I beat myself every day. Conquer, conquer, conquer. Because if you can conquer yourself, you can conquer anyone. Because you're the most difficult enemy you will ever face. If you can conquer self, dude, you can build a multi-billion empire from the ground up. If you can literally commit to developing yourself full time, dude, you can build an empire. What is holding you back? Nothing. Yourself, myself. So we gotta commit and stop like all this. What tactics? Commit, dude. Commit. Get it done. Get it done. If I can do the 1,400 texts with tens of millions of dollars in the bank account, what is holding you back, mother? Broke. Like all you have to do is show up and commit, and then you refine the strategy. But don't focus on strategy until you're putting in the hours.
You can't cheat